As a working professional, do you sometimes feel like your career has stagnated? You feel like you're no more engaged. You don't feel that you're bringing your A game to work on a day-to-day basis. Well, if that's the case, in this video, I'm going to be giving you 3 points to assess the situation and also to get out of that stagnation. Ready for it? Let's rock and roll. With the first point that I want to talk about is on understanding the root causes. A lot of times it becomes so easy, especially when we feel stagnated, to blame someone else, to look at it from an angle of someone not helping us, through the angle of politics, through the angle of this person is good, this person is bad, or the organization is not great, so on and so forth. It becomes so easy to do that, although it might be a lot of times that might be the reality, but I would still encourage you to look at it from an angle of controllables. Controllables where you have control on those parameters, rather than always playing out the victim card and saying, hey, I was dealt a bad hand here. What are the things you can do? It's very important to understand your own mindset that has resulted in, or that has played out a specific pattern in the past that has kind of took you to this situation in your career. What have been those patterns or the set of habits that you have been playing out from the past 1 year, 5 years, 10 years that have been repeating, that's creating the same results in your career? That's something you have to look at and analyze the root causes. Is it a problem with clarity? Is it a problem of burnout where you do not feel the energy? Is it a challenge with productivity? Or are you unable to be influential with people that's resulting in stagnation? That's the first thing that I want you to assess. Probably pull out your journal, kind of look at it from a yearly perspective, last 1 year or last 3 years. How have I been on all of these areas of my own clarity towards building my career, of my productivity levels, my influence, and so on and so forth, that has resulted in this stage, that has put me in this kind of a stagnation in my career? Okay, so that's the first part where you understand the root cause of things. From here on, I just want to share the next part where it's about assessing ourselves and asking ourselves, am I setting challenging goals in my own career? A lot of times what happens is professionals, when they give interviews in other different companies, they always say that, hey, this past company was not giving me challenging stuff. I did not feel challenged enough. But the question is, how did you challenge yourself in spite of that situation? Don't you think it's easy and we are capable of challenging ourselves to go past the comfort zone and not always rely on a company, on your manager, on your team to do that for you? Don't you think it's important that we take that responsibility, push the limits, push the boundaries for ourselves? So please ask yourself this question. Are you staying comfortable in your zone of comfort, or are you expanding that zone of comfort? Are you trying new things? Are you pushing the boundaries? Are you doing things that are not easy on a daily basis? So that's the second thing that you need to assess, because if you're not doing it, of course, the stagnation is going to creep in. And if you're someone who wants to also learn a lot more advanced concepts from here on, I will leave a link in the description through which you can be part of my upcoming Anti-Stagnation Masterclass. All right. And the third point that I want to share with you is it's a very important thing. It requires more of an open mindset where you actively seek feedback, actively seek new information, new knowledge, and act on it. Not just acquiring those information, but to act on it. A lot of times I've seen a lot of individuals unable to drop their ego, unable to raise their hand and say, hey, I don't know about this. I don't want to waste my time. I'm open to seeking out help and support in this regard and implement a proven model to get out of stagnation. So are you doing that? If not, as I said, you have an opportunity right now to get past that stagnation by checking out this link, by joining my upcoming masterclass. If you think that's the right direction you want to take, where you will learn important micro performance habits to keep growing and not to stagnate in your career. So, hey, thank you so much for doing this work, for being here, for learning some new information. This is Karthik. I'm going to sign off for now. I will catch you soon in the next one. Take care.